It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And our focus is on Rachaad White. He was steady for him on the ground a week ago, reaching the century mark and adding a score. It's the Bucs and the Falcons, next on EA Sports.
Still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They are led out by their veteran quarterback hailing from Michigan State, and we like that. It's Kirk Cousins.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. Back to Robinson now on first down. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay, and they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
On third down, Cousins. He's caught on his sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Fielded at the 20. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the cornerback.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Daniels escaping the pressure right. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He completes it right side to right. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down. The Bucs at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra.
Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Bryce Hall. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. First down, here's White. Well, he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. And the numbers for White a week ago. 13 carries, 102 yards, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. On second down, they'll run with White. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Eluding the pressure right. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to...
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Rashad White, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it, so a little bit of a turnover. You went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
Don't worry about your hands, though. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Cousins on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. To throw, Cousins. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. This is fielded at the 27. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Rachaad White and the rest of this Tampa Bay offense going back to work now. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity, that's our bread and butter, that's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. And I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to backpedal.
Hey, you turned into a heck of a DB, though, partner. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. He's got Otten. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down. Operating from the gun, Daniels. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll go up the middle with White. And he'll get about 5 here, so he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Flushed out right. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 21-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And here now come the Falcons.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory.
58 yards rushing for him now to this point. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second and a yard.
Again, it's Robinson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That good for 22 and a first down. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Yaya Diaby. He's the one who got in there. He gets the sack.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Play fake. Cousins. And this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Offense heading back out, and with them comes Rachaad White.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards, the final tally.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown.
Chris Godwin.
His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year.
And the Bucs are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it's Chris Godwin who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Now a creep, now a hit, and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Going with White here, toss left. And down inside the 15 he goes.
66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now a play fake here on first down.
This ball complete to Durham.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to spring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
From the 9, 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw. Daniels.
Here's White. They set up the screen. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Rashad White.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Bucs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Bijan Robinson and the Falcons back onto the field.
Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Cousins now from the 50. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We start with a good one in the NFC. Arizona making the trip east to take on Carolina. And it's the Cardinals who are out in front as that game draws closer to halftime. It's Desmond Ridder with a touchdown pass there. Next, we head north to Philly to check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And at the half, they trail the visiting Washington Commanders. Terry McLaurin, a touchdown catch in that first half. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie, see what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And that one all tied against the visiting Saints. Final preparations being made for the second half, both in terms of game plan and also hydration, because humidity is really going to catch up to these guys, no doubt. And for the call in the second half, we go back to Brandon Gaudin.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bucs offense set to begin this third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
They run straight ahead here with White. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They stay on the ground with White. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. They go with White on the counter. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They'll try the right side here with White. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new 7 downs.
White is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
I just wonder if before that last play, if someone on the defense stepped in the huddle and said we've been run over, run around, run through all game long. Can we come up with one stop right here? And on that play, they did.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that... Appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Go.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Bucs take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They begin the drive with Robinson. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 2.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
98 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
On 1st and 10, Cousins.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
On the ball, on the ball.
A quick throw caught by Godwin.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Ready? Ready, go.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
For the Buccaneers field goal, a 32-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Again, it's Cousins.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Cousins.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And a dump off here to Robinson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Cousins again.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Robinson up the middle.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Here's Cousins. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Third and short yardage, Cousins. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak.
Get it. 70 Lions. Ready.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
On 3rd down, Irving. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
And they take a knee.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is of all those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Tampa Bay, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.